Hello, yes, hi, hello, hello. I'm Spencer. Welcome to another Thursday here in FTM Transtastic, and I am really hairy. Oh my god. Alright, so if my camera starts shaking, it's because my cats are temporarily, eating my tripod. I don't know why they're doing that, but anyways, this week we're talking about how to get on T, how we got on T within our area, I think. So, I combined the two methods, at least I only know of two methods, of how one gets on testosterone. And it's really ridiculous. Don't do what I did, but I didn't know there's another option, so that is why I did what I did. If you don't know there's two, okay, road. If you don't know, there are two ways of how you get on T. The first way, I don't know the name of it. It's really scientific and ridiculous. It has a lot of gatekeeping that I don't agree with, but basically, you gotta go to a therapist. I don't know if it has to be a gender therapist. My therapist is a gender therapist or specializes in gender or whatever type of clarification they want to give it. So you gotta go to the therapist and you gotta exist there for a certain amount of time and live as your true gender for a certain amount of time. I don't know how they even gauge that. What does that mean? Anyways, you gotta do that. I think it's a year. And then after that, they give you a letter, you take it to an endocrinologist, they run your blood work, and then you go on T. So I was only aware of that one way. And that is what I started doing. I called and got a therapist. My therapist is great. If you live in Atlanta and you need a therapist, hit me up. Got an appointment with my therapist, started seeing my therapist for a certain amount of time. And then I was feeling, proactive and wanted to see how much blood work would cost because I didn't think that my insurance would cover blood work, which it does, but I didn't know that at the time. So I called a trans-friendly clinic. It's known as the Feminist Health Center in Atlanta. However, it no longer does HRT services, so if you need HRT services in Atlanta, go to In-Town Primary Care. I'm sure there's other ones. That's just the one I go to now. But anyways, back then, it was called the Feminist Health Center of Atlanta. I called them and was like, yo, what's the price of blood work for T? And they're like, $50. And I was like, solid. And they're like, do you want to make an appointment? And I was like, yeah, I'm seeing a therapist currently, but I haven't seen them for a year. They're like, no problem. And I was like, cool. So I make this appointment, and it's 3 weeks out. So I'm chilling. I'm, seeing my therapist, thinking I have 8 months to go or some insanity like that. And the appointment comes, I go, I sit down with a person for 20 minutes and discuss how I am trans. They're like, yeah, you're trans. They tell me all the things that testosterone changes, what's reversible, what's not. They ask for my ID, and then I sign a paper, they take my blood, and it's good. So after that, I'm thinking that they just took my blood and they're gonna hold it until I get the letter to get on T. So I'm like, cool, that's out of the way. So once, my therapist gives me a letter, I'll be able to go on T. But what happened was they called me a week later. His name is Sebastian. He's fantastic. Sai, if you watch this, I love you. Sebastian calls me on a Saturday and is like, yo, your blood work looks great. I sent in your prescription for testosterone. You can pick it up at the CVS in an hour. I was shocked. So there are two ways in Atlanta to get on testosterone. You can do the old, very long method of going to a gender therapist, talking to them for a certain amount of time, letting them say or diagnose you with gender dysphoria, going to an endocrinologist, taking the blood work, and then getting on T, or you can do what's called informed consent. The only informed consent clinics I know of in Atlanta is In-Town Primary Care and Emory Trans Health Services. Those are the only ones I know of. There's one in Athens. It's a part of UGA. Don't know what it's called, but that exists. But that is the only two ways to get on T in this great state, or at least in this city. So I think both methods are valid and great and fine. I mean, the first one has some gatekeeping that I'm not cool with. But if you were someone like me who, as a non-binary person, I didn't know testosterone was even allowed for me. I didn't know if it was right for me. I had a lot of questions and a lot of doubt and a lot of back and forth about T. So for me, talking to the therapist, even though I only talked to them for like, let's see, 3 months? No, 2 months. No, I came out January and I started T in March. So 3 months. So even though I only talked to them for a short amount of time, it really cleared up some things for me. They gave me a lot of awesome resources of non-binary individuals that are on HRT, whether it's estrogen or testosterone, and it made me feel more like comfortable and solid in the choice that I made. It also like gave me this insight that you could always go back. I think what people like really should drill into people is, one, like, the numbers don't matter. So if you're at like 600 and I'm at 200, it doesn't matter. If it's working for you, it's working for you. If it's working for me, it's working for me. And the second thing is, you can always go back. I know there's a lot of angry people that are going to be like, detransitioners, they're like ruining it for trans people or whatever, but that's not true. It's never been true. I will tell whoever says that to you that they're wrong, but you can always go back. So, you know, this is a very serious decision, something that you need to really think about and take seriously, but also know that if you make a mistake, if testosterone, if estrogen, if hormone blockers, if whatever isn't for you, you can always go back. And that's just you getting to know yourself better, and that's just you like understanding your world better, and I think that's just you showing growth. And I think growth is what's important here, and all we want to do is feel comfortable. You know, all we want to do is feel comfortable in our skin. And that's what we're all after. So whatever that looks like for you is obviously the best thing that you should do. And know that as we build ourselves as people, we detour, we turn around, we take 10 steps forward and 50 steps back, and it's just like life. Just how it works. So, if you have any questions, comments, issues, problems, concerns, please feel free to leave all of that in the comments below, or hit me up on any of my social media sites, such as Instagram and Facebook. I'm doing fine. A lot of people have asked me. I know my last video was a little ridiculous, but I'm doing well. Thank you for all the well wishes. Thank you for caring so damn much. You guys are such a beautiful community and such great people, and I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for all your concern and all your lovely words and everything else. So that's all I got for you today. I hope you're having a fantastic week and are gearing up for an even better weekend. It is Thursday. It is Spencer. Until next time.